My name is Kate Roberts. I studied at the University of Edinburgh and I studied geology and geography. And right now I'm the Partnerships Manager for Yorkshire and the North East. I joined the graduate programme in 2010, straight out of university, and I was on the programme for 2 years, so I literally just left it in 2012. I spent my first year as an operational and harvesting forester up in Scotland, in the Scottish Lowlands, between Edinburgh and Glasgow. And that work was really on-the-ground delivery. I was managing some guys who were doing a lot of harvesting, fencing, mulching, in-crop drainage, a lot of sort of really forestry-related tasks, managing woodland. Then I moved on to Wales and I lived in Aberystwyth for a while, and I worked for Forest Research, and I was a project manager while I was there for Forestry Commission and Forest Research, and I project managed the launch of a research platform which joined together the universities of Aberystwyth, Swansea, Countryside Council for Wales, Bangor and the Forestry Commission. And then I went on into the policy team in Forestry Commission Wales, and I worked writing political legislation for Wales, and I got the chance to work alongside some ministers in the Welsh Assembly, which is just amazing. And I just left the programme in the last 3 months to get a promotion here in England, and I manage partnerships in the North East of England. When people ask me what it was like to be on the graduate programme, I always tell them it was a mixture between The Apprentice and The X Factor, because at times I was literally thrown into situations where I had no idea what I was doing and just left to sink or swim to see how I could cope, whether my managerial skills were up to scratch, and that was pretty scary. And so at times it was a pretty scary experience, but at the same time it was also hilarious. The whole thing just made me laugh throughout the whole 2 years. People have been so friendly and really accepting of the fact that I was new and that I'm on a learning curve, and it really is a steep learning curve. I would recommend the graduate programme to graduates of all disciplines, and I think that's really important. Don't feel put off because you're not from an environmental discipline. We've had historians and politicians come from out of university and come on the programme before, and they've loved it. So any discipline, but I think what is really important is that you have to have a desire to learn and a realisation that you're not going to have all the answers at first and you might be a bit rubbish. So you've got to be prepared to go on that steep learning curve, and also someone that is competitive, that's driven, that knows where they want to get in life, and that they'd like to manage a group of people, and they'd like to be potentially in charge of one of the public sectors of Britain. So you've got to be quite driven, know what you want, but definitely be flexible and to be willing to learn. I think that's the most important thing.